Experimental 18 is all about frame drum exploration. So it starts out by asking you to hold it in different positions. There's one I have found I really like for exploration is freestyle, so that you have access to, you can use both hands and you can get more of a hit with it. A little less digital, a little more full hand. You can also do it resting on your knee like I've been doing in all my other videos. And then it looks like, well, mine has an indent here, and I think that is to give you the support holding it with the tar style. Although I don't feel as supported as I would with it on my knee. I guess if I were standing, I would want to use that support though. The next portion, part 2 of the experiential, says to use your 4 fingers to play a pulse on the drum. Then to hit the drum in the center and move outward towards you slowly. Listen for the differences in sound. I'm going to do that again a little more slowly. Keep playing until you're playing your 4 fingertip on the rim of the drum frame, which I did. Move back inward to the center. Keep those ears open for sound changes. So I'll just do that again, starting at the center, moving it outward, and then I'll come back in. Some of the differences, so it sounds like the further out you get, the more tone you get with it. This in the center, I'm not sure if it's how I'm holding it or if that's how it sounds in the center, but it's a little more muted, I think. So there's not as much as that echo and tone as you get on the outside for the tap on the rim. And then explore the KPAS percussion actions on the frame drum. What does each action sound like? So if you touch it, it's just sort of a muted, non-tonal, like tap. And then press. I guess when I think of pressing, I use my full hand, so it's even less tonal because it's muted with my full hand, and it's a little kind of heavier, bassier. A tap. If you tap on the edge, it's going to be very tonal and kind of sounds more open than it does in the center. But even a tap on the center, you get more of that tonality because you're not muting it with your hand. Strike. Ooh, it lasts longer. It's kind of the way that I think of a gong, like echoing after you strike it. Brush and rub. And scrape. Honestly, they don't even sound like drum sounds to me. Like, the rub sounds kind of, this is silly, but it sounds kind of like an ocean. And the scrape, it's a very similar sound, but there's more of a tone to it. Flicking, I feel like we've done flicking in some of the different percussion patterns we've learned. Uh, and I guess that sound isn't as striking as a tap. Like it almost has some of that brush sound to it when you flick. I don't really know how you rattle or shake on a frame drum, although you can kind of get a rattle sound. I guess that kind of sounds like a rattle. And then caress, again, just reminds me of an ocean, kind of putting your ear up to a seashell sound.